Hey pals, it's me Orion, and we're starting another new Let's Play today of Zero Escape, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. I'm gonna be real quick with this. Played a little bit of this on stream. We never finished it. I don't remember anything about it. The reason I'm being quick is because I know there's gonna be a little video that I'll play if I wait here long enough. We're gonna hop right into it. Let's see where this starts. I'll give you some warnings once we get into it. Okay, so before we really start, I do want to give like a full warning. This game does include like stuff that might be hard on anyone's eyes who may have like photo light sensitivity or even just might be epileptic. On top of that, there's definitely some triggering topics throughout the game. Death, blood, child abuse from something I remember. Like I've looked up the trigger warnings for the game for myself in the past, and what I'm going to recommend is definitely if you want to watch this gameplay series and don't know much about it, highly recommend going on the website Does the Dog Die? I believe that's the site. It provides trigger warnings for, I believe, not just movies but video games as well, and so it's a great place to look into any trigger warnings for any game. A loud noise startled Junpei awake and his eyes snapped open.
What the?
As they adjusted to the light, he realized that
Ow!
every time I have tried to record this, I've tried 4 times, it doesn't let me read that part, ever. The crack, Junpei's head connected with something metal. He rolled over and threw his hand to steady himself, found himself groping at empty air.
What? Whoa!
His balance lost and still fuzzily mind struggling to understand what was going on, Junpei tumbled down to the cold gray floor.
Ouch! God damn it! Ah! What the hell?
Sucks to be you, Junpei. Junpei glared around the room, still trying to determine where he'd woken up. The fall had shaken the last cobwebs of sleep from his mind, and finally he understood where he'd fallen from.
A bed?
Yep, a 3-level bunk bed, in fact. Junpei had fallen, apparently, from the topmost bunk.
That fell pretty far. That really hurt.
Understandably so. His shoulders hurt, his knee hurt. I'm probably gonna read this and add S's to it because I'm realizing that it says singular of each. His shoulders hurt, his knees hurt, his hips hurt, his entire body hurt. He could feel a bump forming on his forehead where he'd slammed it against the low ceiling.
Damn, my eyesight's kind of blurry. Must have hit my head. No, wait. That's not it.
At first he thought the tremor that ran through his legs was just another effect of his rude awakening, but he just looked around, but as he looked around, he realized it was real. The whole room was shaking.
An earthquake. But it's shaking too fast for that.
You know, actually, he makes a point. I've only experienced an earthquake once before in my life, and it ended incredibly quickly, so I didn't really know what to do, and I'm lucky it was very small. But he is right. It's shaking too fast to be an earthquake. Also, you'll notice I'm definitely struggling with the reading part. Words are hard. Then again, Junpei had no idea what it was, if not an earthquake.
Anyway.
Junpei rubbed the growing bump on his head and gingerly climbed to his feet. His balance regained, he finally took his first look around the room. It's kind of a weird room. He muttered to himself.
Where am I?
His pain... Oh, fuck. I don't read fast, game. If someone knows whether or not there's like a way to turn the text speed down so that I can actually read things, because I figure it's not cutting out anything too important right there. Minutes passed while Junpei struggled to get his bearings. Do I see the word July in the background? I think I do. Then as suddenly as they had begun, the tremors ceased.
Wait, it stopped?
Looks that way. A cold silence fell over the room. Oh, I actually like the tremors more. The creaking noise I hate. It's so eerie and but also like sensory thing. From somewhere far away, Junpei could hear the sound of metal squeaking.
What's that sound?
In an attempt to distract himself, Junpei looked around the room once more. There was a stove that looked more antique than functional. The 3-level bunk bed had mattresses that were so thin they were little more than blanket. They kind of remind me of bunk beds. When I was in high school, we did like a weekend music camp because I was in choir, and they kind of remind me of the bunk beds from the campsite we went to. Or like it was like, I think like an old church camp? I can't remember, but kind of reminds me of the bunks there. My bunk didn't even have a mattress, so if you've been to like a summer camp, usually the bunk beds have like a wire springy mesh underneath, and because they couldn't find an extra mattress, I had to spend the whole weekend sleeping on, it was like we took a bunch of folded up blankets, and like some of the girls in my cabin let me use their winter coats to sleep on underneath because this was in October, but it was a good weekend either way. On the other side of the room was an identical bed, and set in the wall between the beds was a slightly dirty iron door.
That's...
First thing Junpei noticed about the door was the number roughly blazoned across it. On the surface of the door, in red paint, someone had written 5. It's funny, going from playing Phoenix Wright on stream to this and dealing with the red-white case, if you know. I have mistrust with words that I feel like I don't see in my everyday life.
5? What's this 5 mean?
And I'm as clueless as you. Suspicious and still utterly confused, Junpei approached the door slowly. Standing at last in front of the door, Junpei grabbed hold of the L-shaped handle. A push yielded no movement, and a pull the same result.
Won't open.
It didn't matter how much he pushed and shoved, the handle wouldn't budge. Next to the door was an odd-looking device that reminded Junpei of a card reader.
What's this? Is this keeping the door shut?
Maybe. Junpei knocked hard on the door.
Hey! Hello? Is anyone there? Open the door!
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think there's anyone there. There was no response. Junpei threw his left fist into the door and stopped.
Huh? What the hell is this?
He wasn't really sure what else to say. On his left wrist was a bracelet of sort he'd never seen before. I don't know, kind of looks like one of the watches that came in Spa Day in The Sims 4. No, not Spa Day. I think it's the like snowboarding skiing pack. Winter Retreat or something like that. Snowy Retreat, there we go. I think that's what it's called. Snowy Escape. In the center was a large LCD screen.
A watch? It doesn't look like one. 5. That's the same as the door.
Good on you for putting 2 and 2 together. True, the numbers were the same, but he had no idea what that might mean. All he knew was that it was strange and new, and he wanted it all. Junpei flipped his hand over as if to remove the watch, but...
What? How do I take this off?
You don't. It's very clear that whoever put it on you does not want you to take it off. The other side of the bracelet was solid. No buckles, no clasp, nothing. He sighed and flipped the thing back over. There were a number of rivets around the rim of the face, perhaps.
Maybe pushing something on this will work?
I think not. He pushed them, but nothing happened. On a watch, they might be dials for adjusting date or time, but on this bracelet, they did nothing.
Nothing. Damn. Guess I'll have to force it off.
Also, if we got any Monster High fans and you're sitting here going, I wonder why that voice sounds really familiar. Yes, he did voice Gil and Deuce in Monster High. Growing more desperate, he began to tug at it. However... all you're gonna do is leave a bruise on your wrist, my dude.
No good. This stupid thing won't come off.
A steel ring ran from the face around Junpei's wrist and back into the face. He wouldn't be pulling the bracelet off anytime in the near future.
What the hell is the deal with this thing?
Frustration and desperation were beginning to mix as the reality of the situation began to dawn fully on Junpei. So much was happening and none of it made sense. Junpei felt as though he were about to explode.
Where am I? And why the hell am I here?
I mean, those are good questions.
Why? What the hell happened to me?
Oh, God.
My head.
That was a little scary. Pain bloomed and he did his best to shake it off. He raised his head. It was at that moment that he noticed the window.
This is...
The window was rimmed in riveted brass, like a window from the early 20th century.
Hold on. Am I on a ship?
Looks that way. Junpei walked slowly toward the window. He could see nothing beyond it but thick, impenetrable darkness.
I can't see anything. If only it wasn't so dark outside.
Junpei squinted, trying to see something, anything. It was at that moment.
Huh?
Oh no.
What the? Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I'm gonna be honest, quite enjoyed how he delivered that one.
What the hell is going on here?
I don't think you have time to ask that question. Yeah, a crack split the glass of the window, and for a moment, Junpei stared at it. And then the window burst. Water began to pour into the room.
What the hell? God damn it!
You're saying that as if it's like a prank? Junpei yelled and spun around, his feet slipping on the water already coming through the window. He ran for the door.
Hey! Anyone! Is anyone there? Come on! If you're there, say something!
There was no reply. As Junpei screamed and pounded on the door, the water began to rise. It was now ankle deep on the floor and rising quickly toward his knees.
It's not stopping.
Nope.
Not good. Not good at all. I need to find a way out, and fast.
Junpei ran a hand across his forehead, brushing the sweat out of his eyes, and looked around the room. Yay! Operations during an escape. Okay, so basically Zero Escape, as you could tell from the name of the series, is an escape room game. Although it may seem like there is an impending doom from the sound of the music, the rooms are not timed. I'm sure like you can do this in a speedrun. I actually had to because I accidentally, when we played this on stream, saved over our starting out save and had to redo all of this from the beginning. So this area I have done at least 3 times, just this area. I kind of remember some of it. I've got a notebook ready because I'm bad at math and visually drawing things out helps me. But let's read the instructions. During an escape, you are restricted to an area. Your goal? Search around to uncover how to unlock the door. There are items and hints in the room that will help you escape. Use the cursor to select a location you find suspicious to search the room. Use L1 or LR to walk around the room. I'm playing on PlayStation, that is why I asked you to do that. I did play on PC. Normally you can use your mouse or the arrow keys on the keyboard. I think this game was originally on DS, so I'm thinking that like maybe how I imagine it, the DS bottom screen, the touch screen, you would use that to maneuver around the room. I'm curious because I would love to see gameplay of it on the DS. I've tried looking for this on the DS and now that the DS eShop is closed, I can't buy it. Missed opportunity, but I was broke. Left stick. Move the left stick during an escape to use the cursor. Press square to speed up the movement. Press X to search where the cursor is placed. This. About item. Once you've obtained an item, you'll be able to go to the item screen. Pressing triangle will take you to the item screen. Okay. Just looks like a boat. An old picture frame. There's a picture of a ship in it. There's screws keeping the back on. Picture frame does that. Normally there's just like little pegs or like little flip, you know, like those little turny things on the back of picture frames. Like if it's a really cheap one. That's weird. Investigate with an item. The item visible in the lower left is the item currently in hand. When you close the item screen, the last selected item will be in hand. If you hold an item while investigating the room, you may trigger a reaction. Try switching out items in hand and search different places. Press the up arrow to quickly change between items. Okay. You know what? So, you might hear me write things. Who knows? Okay. Like I said, I like to visually see things, so I will probably write things out. Bulletin board. There's nothing on it. Well, I can reach this bunk. Might as well look through it. Huh? Damn. Nothing here. What about this one? Oh, hello. Another memo. It's pretty flat. I've got it. If I pull off these sheets and shove them into the window, maybe it'll stop the water. Alright, window, let's see how you like this. Shoot, that's not gonna happen. There's way too much water coming through there. No way these sheets are gonna be enough to plug that window. Guess there's only one way I'm gonna live through this, and that's by getting the hell out of this room. After all, there's not really anything else I can do. Well, first off, I want to check in here. Oh, well, let's see if there's anything in here. Huh? Looks like there is. Gimme a key? Yep, that's a key, alright. A little blue one. Aw, it's so cute. What about here? There's a door on this is the door to the stove. That opens easily enough. Sure wish the door to get out of here was that easy to open. Oh, well, that solves the mystery of whether or not this stove has been used before. What's this? It looks red. Looks like a screwdriver. Okay. Action. Well, the screwdriver got those screws off easily enough. Here's the picture. Okay, cool. Let's see. More things for me to write down. Combining items. Select combine on the item screen to combine 2 items. If the 2 items can be combined, you will receive a new item. If they cannot, nothing will happen. Try out different combinations of items if you find items you find in your search. Okay, so what I'll probably do is I'll edit in like the photo, what I've drawn out so you guys can see. Let's see. I'm gonna check out this. I always feel like oh, hello. There's a lock on this briefcase. Won't bud. Let's see if there's anything in that keyhole. No, sorry, I just burped into the mic. I don't think y'all heard it because it was a small burp. That's a table, water pouring on it. I don't think I've looked at this. Oh, fuck, I think I have the hiccups. Oh, that is probably helpful.
Probably hold on to this key.
Junpei grabbed the key and shoved it into his pocket. He intended to leave immediately, but something stopped him.
Oh, what's up with my face? I look like a zombie.
His confusion was well justified. His face was drawn and pale. The dark circles under his eyes made him look as though he was nearly dead.
Man, what the hell happened to me?
Yeah.
How did I end up here? I left work, headed back to my apartment, and
even as he said it, something in his mind opened and memory bobbed to the surface. It was the last thing Junpei remembered before waking up in the strange room. It was past midnight when he came home. Junpei shuffled up the stairs and opened the door to apartment 201. Is that important? Inside his apartment, a small one-bedroom affair that ran him about $630 a month. He moved into it when he entered college. So far, he had been there for 3 years and 7 months.
I'm back. Not like anyone will respond.
He stepped inside and turned on the lights. The fluorescent lights on the ceiling blinked and flickered slowly to life, as if waking from a deep slumber.
Man, work was rough today.
Feel that. A cold light illuminated landscape he'd come home to so many times before. Everything was as he left it. Magazines piled up in the corner, textbooks collecting dust, the CD cases covering the floor, jeans and t-shirts he'd worn the day before, then tossed onto the floor. There's one thing that didn't belong, however.
Huh? Breeze.
The white curtain framing the window swayed gently in the cold wind.
Huh. That's weird. Did I leave that open?
Junpei walked toward the window, trying to remember if he'd closed it or not before he left. One of the panes was hanging open. He stuck his head out and looked around.
Everything looks okay. I must have forgotten to close it.
He closed the window. Then it happened.
What?
Hello. Junpei turned and found himself face to mask with a man dressed in all black. The man wore a deep hood and a bulky gas mask. His face was entirely hidden.
Who are...
Suddenly, he couldn't finish. Junpei tried to yell, but all he could manage was a strangled croak. Junpei collapsed to the floor, a crumpled heap of limbs like a discarded puppet. Too late, he noticed the white smoke that was quickly filling his apartment. Small object shaped distressingly like a grenade sat on the floor in front of his face, hissing, the white smoke pouring out of it at an incredible rate. The smoke had grown so thick that the details of Junpei's apartment began to fade into white haze. He could feel his mind begin to fade as well. White haze that was not the smoke creeping into the edges of his vision.
Consider this a privilege. You have been chosen.
Ooh, I don't consider this anything. A rasping voice wormed its way out of the gas mask. It was cold and harsh and distorted in some way. Junpei couldn't put his finger on it.
You are going to participate in a game.
This feels very Jigsaw-like.
The memory game. It is a game where you will put your life on the line.
What was the last thing? That was the last thing Junpei remembered. The white smoke overpowered him. The masked man faded from his vision, and he felt his consciousness fall away into the white mist.
That guy with the gas mask. That son of a bitch must have taken me here. When I get my hands on him...
You'll probably do nothing. He grounded his teeth in frustration and strained to remember anything about his attacker's figure.
Well, I guess there's no way to know if that was a man or not.
That feels foreshadowing. I don't know. There's something about it that feels off because, like, most of the time in games like this, they just assume it's a guy. The voice had been cold and mechanical, likely passed in a thick cloak.
Just who was that?
Yeah, no.
They said you have been chosen.
What it might mean, that was beyond him.
The hell is going on? Why me?
There was only one thing from his memory that seemed important.
You are going to participate in a game, the memory game. It is a game where you will put your life on the line.
The nonary game. Huh. What the hell is a nonary game? God damn it!
With a yell, Junpei drove his fist into the mirror. Okay, so let's check this. I think I have figured something out. Doesn't matter what I do, this thing won't budge. Guess it's locked. Is this one just like the red briefcase? Okay, let's see. We've got the blue key. Let's try that. I hope this blue key works. There we go. All right, let's see what happens if I put this key in the keyhole. And nothing. Guess I'm gonna need some sort of code for the dial. Mini games! During an escape, your investigation may trigger one of several mini games. All operations for the minigames are done by using the left joystick and X. Some minigames will require you to manipulate something, while others will only require you to apply the right object or touch the right thing. Operations instructions: touching the dial will cause it to move the next number. Enter 4 numbers this way, then touch the key. If the numbers are correct, it will unlock. Okay, I think I'm gonna be here a minute, and then I have an idea. I will show my math. I will put a photo of the math I did into the video so y'all get where I got this from. Because like I said, I have had to do this area multiple times before, so this part I remember very well. And then I think this is 3. Ayo! Alright, let's see if these numbers work. Turn of the key, and hey, looks like it's working. Yes! Alright, let's open it up. Looky! Yes! It's opened. Looks like there's something in here. What is this? A file? It's our file now. File screen. If you find any documents or notes during an escape, the information contained in them will be available on the file screen. Press the right arrow to open the file screen. Alright, let's see what's in this file. Digital root. Let's see here. Compute a digital root with the following steps. First, add all the numbers in question to one another. If you end up with something greater than a single digit number, then add the digits to one another. For instance, if you have a double digit number and the number in the tens place to the number, add the number in the tens place to the number in the ones place, adding digits in this manner until you have a single digit answer. So example I have for you is take 3 numbers. Let's try 5, 4, and 1. You're gonna get 10 when you add those all together. Then you add the 0 and the 10 together and you're gonna get 1. So the digital root, those numbers, is 1. It's interesting in respect, but also if you're someone like me who doesn't like math, then I can also understand it being frustrating. The final single digit is your digital root. See, it also gives you example. The digital root of 6, 7, 8 would be 6 plus 7 plus 8 equals 21. So 21 2 plus 1 equals 3. Therefore, the digital root of 6, 7, and 8 is 3. The digital root of 1, 2, 3, 4 would be 1 plus 2, so that's 3. Then plus 3, that's 6. Plus 4, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, and then you get 1. Therefore, the digital root of 1, 2, 3, 4 is 1. I see. So I just keep adding numbers until I get a single digit number. Oh, looks like there's something on the back of this thing. Notebook, a pen, and a calculator. And a stack of key cards, huh? Ooh, key cards! Whoa! New materials has been added to the file screen. Calculator. Press the left arrow to open the calculator screen. The calculator screen actually does like all the digital root work for you. Now let's go in here. We want the red key. Alright, let's stick the red key in there. It's not opening. In fact, it's not doing anything at all. Alright, I take that back. I guess I can move the dial now. So it looks like I'm gonna have to put the right numbers and then turn the key. I do that, this thing should pop right open. Yeah, just like we did with the blue case. So this one I think is 7, 4, 8, 5. Let's see. Ayo! Yes! I unlocked it. It's opening. More keys? I'm assuming this is 1, 2, 3. Like this is 1, 2, 3. Let's back out. We thought this was a card reader. These cards with the numbers on them. I'm pretty sure this is where I'm supposed to use them. Alright, let's slide these cards and see if they work. And... huh? It's not working. Why? Damn it. No, that's right. I still have cards I haven't used. Wonder if... let's try this and this. So I guess I gotta try these next. Damn it, not again. There aren't any more cards in here. Only got one other hand. Of course, the files. File said something about the digital root. Digital root, huh? What am I supposed to do with... There's a 5 on that door. Do I have to get the digital root of 5? I'm not really sure about this. Whatever, it's worth a shot. Let's see if this works. I'll just slide the cards that the digital root gave me through. Operating instructions. Use the L, the left joystick, and the X to select 3 cards. The digital root of selected cards will be displayed. Selecting reset will deselect all currently selected cards. After you've selected 3 cards, use the left stick and the X button to select the device. Ayo. Alright, I think this is gonna work. Here we go. That's a new noise. Huh? Did I just unlock? Well, that light was red and now it's blue. No doubt about it. There's nothing keeping me in here now. Time to go! You found it!
Whoa!
Okay, pals, I think this is where we're gonna end this part. We've already made it clear if you've watched the Persona 5 Let's Play, I don't like editing anything more than 50 minutes. It's hard, okay? And we're already at like 52 minutes. So, we're gonna pick up from here in the next part, but thank you so much for watching. Love you. Bye!